Welcome to another day of farming with family. Vaughn had a little earache this morning, so we left him home from school for a little bit. Now we're just dropping him off here mid-morning. You feeling better?
Yeah.
What's it doing outside?
Snowing.
Yeah. Have a little snowstorm. Think we'll get enough to go sledding?
Yeah.
Hopefully. We'll see. Have a good day at school.
Okay.
Stopped at Premier, had to get some bolts for those dual hubs we had bought a couple weeks ago. And another stop at Premier, another cup of coffee. Can't beat that. Gotta drop a letter off at the mailbox. And then we're gonna get the tractor out. Gonna grind a little bit of that corn that I talked about earlier. And we'll give the cows some hay. They're not quite out, but we're gonna be gone over the weekend. So don't wanna risk them running out, and the guy that's gonna do my chores, don't want him to have to worry about getting a tractor going and all that. So we'll just give him a few bales now while we have the tractor running at the same time. I think I need to put my new mailbox up. This one's a little, it's pretty sturdy. It's been like this for about a year and a half, but hasn't fallen down yet. Thankfully there's a post there. So I'm trying to get to my hay bales, and where I got stuck over there last time, I don't really want to get stuck there, and I want to get to these bales, but this old dump rake is in the way. My dad and I, we sanded that down and painted it about 20 years ago, so I kind of want to keep it nice, so I don't want to bend it up. So I got my big bar. I'm going to try to chip just the ice around it. Got a little pressure on it with the loader just to let it help it pop loose, so we'll try to get that done. Got stuck again. I was trying to pick that bale up with the front. Well, it makes the back too light. I always like to pick up the bale in the back first, just so I have a little more traction and it's less pressure on the front end. But so I need to get that top bale off there first, but I just picked the one up underneath it and got it done that way. So we'll keep feeding. I got my bales picked up. I really need to clean this glass, get the grease off there, but freezing temperatures and Windex don't really work the best together, so we'll wait till it gets nice out and do that. What do you think, Cav? We'll get this net wrap off of here. Little cut. Makes things interesting doing it with one hand. Probably need a sharper knife too. That would never hurt. Now this should, well, that part's a little frozen. We'll try the other side. Come on, calves. Never want to get too close behind because they'll send a foot flying back at you. Come on, guys, out of the way. There we go. There we go, that's a little easier. So this hay is from 2019. So it's almost 3 years old. But it was baled tight, it was baled dry, a good baler. Alright, that's gonna take two hands. But besides a little bit of spoilage on the outside, just from the weather, get in here a little bit. It's pretty good quality hay still. So they pick through what they don't like. So that's the nice part about just feeding it in the bale feeder, they can pick through it. Got our bale feeder off of the old bale. They still have a little bit to clean up there, but there's some spots on there that were frozen, kind of moldy spots. So we'll take this off and we'll let them eat through the rest of that. So there's always a little bit of waste, but we'll get this rolled over there. Whew. Over. Oh, where are we going? Uh-oh, not close enough. There we go. Okay, lunch is served. See, they're going through and cleaning up the rest of what was there. Then they'll just lay on it after they're done. You ready to go to school tomorrow, Dottie? Instead of Mary had a little lamb, it'll be Vaughn had a little Jersey. Yeah, you get to go to school tomorrow. Then we're gonna stop at Maya's daycare and see them too. How about that? Got the bale fork unhooked and got the cows some new hay. Now we're gonna back up, put the grinder on. We'll probably do a full load of corn because the tote I'm going to take over to Minnesota, that's maybe half a grinder full, and then I'll just have some corn in there for the rest of it. So next time I grind, I just have to put a little soybean and oats in there. Grinder's hooked up, ready to go. Time to grind a little corn. We're grinding away. Might not be that hot outside, but I'm getting plenty warm in here. I guess that's why I don't have to pay a gym membership. Just get my workout in the grain bin. We're at about 45 bushels out there. Right around 50, so we're about halfway there. Well, I think she's full. The top lid is bouncing just a little bit, so we're full, I would say. 100 bushels in the grinder. We're good. Well, my feed grinding project is getting put on hold. Vaughn's teacher said his ear's aching again, so gonna go pick him up and see if we can get him feeling better. So I'm ready to load this tote bag full of ground corn. This might look kind of sketchy, but I think it'll work fine. Got the auger. I just need some way to keep these handles up. I don't have another loader, so I just tied it on the side of the horse trailer and the gravity wagon. And we'll just get this full. The bottom will sit on the ground once it fills up. So it's not like there'll be a ton of weight on these straps, just more to hold it in place. See how it works. So far so good. We'll speed it up a little bit. Looks like this hole, or this bag has a little hole in it. So just put a cardboard box in the way, it'll hold just fine. Filling up nicely. Need a shovel so I can deflect it down into the corners. Working pretty good. I'd say that worked just fine. Not too much tension on the straps. Got it all the way full. Nice and straight, so it should sit in the pick 'em nice. Let's see if I can get this on the first shot. It's gonna be close. Oh. Kind of. I think I need to put the pin in a little bit better. It's not actually so bad. I got these little spacers because it's a little bit wider and you don't want it to shift back and forth. So that one went in place. This one just hooked, so we'll just shift it by hand. That one's there, so we'll get that fixed. Got it hooked up to the chains. We'll see if it'll lift it now. I think it should. Alright, ready for the pickup to back under it. So I think that's about 30 to 35 pounds of corn, or bushels of corn. And standard test weight for corn is 56 pounds per bushel. That stuff was something my dad put in the bin before he died. And the reason why he put it in there is that year they had a problem with having too much light test weight corn. Then the elevator doesn't want to accept it because it brings their, or it can bring their quality down. So he put some in the bin. So it is on the lighter test side. So if it's at 50-pound test weight, that's around 1,750 pounds. So lifted it pretty easy, and we'll put it in the back of the truck, and it'll be a nice load for the drive over. Set in. We'll get it tied down, get something put over the top of here, probably a piece of cardboard or something just to keep this from blowing out. But it should be ready to go. Got my tote all tied down. Just did it from each corner that way, each corner that way. And with anything, when you're using these tie down straps, as long as you do the strap flick. So now I haven't fed the cows or the calves grain yet, but I kind of wanted to wait. I'm going to put some Poron, it's called ivermectin. So this helps kill lice, mites, worms, grubs, and I'm pretty sure there's a few other ones, but basically that's kind of why in the wintertime, if you notice on some of them, they have little patches where there's a little bit of skin or a little bit of fur missing. So this, you spray it on their back, you let it just soak in, and then it helps kill those off. And then you'll notice their coats get a lot better. They stop itching on stuff and rubbing all the time. So I'm only going to put this on the cattle that I'm keeping, not the ones that I'm going to have slaughtered. There's a warning on the label that says not to be applied within 48 days of going to slaughter for human consumption. But for me, it's not that big of a issue for them to have a few of those spots where their fur is missing. It's not worth the risk of having that stay in their meat for possibly longer than 48 days. So I'm just going to do the cows that are going to have calves, and then my small calves that won't be butchered for almost a year from now. So we'll get them some grain, then they go up and eat. You just walk along behind them, spray it on their back, and it's pretty easy, simple. Got it all hooked up. Got it in my spray gun. It's 22 pounds per mil of solution, and so I'm figuring for about, if I average my cows weigh about 1,600 pounds, it's close to 70 mils. For my calves, if they weigh 700 pounds, it's right about 30 mils. So you just dial it in right there. It's at 65, so it doesn't go up to 70. So I'll give them one squirt, then just a little bit more. That's the recommended dose. You can't really overdose them unless you gave them a ton of it, but a meal or two isn't going to hurt anything.
Hello, you see my dad? Nah. Turned off.
No, it didn't. It's still going. Okay, where's Cinnamon?
I don't see anything on it.
There she is. One more for Cinnamon.
Daddy, I see darkness.
Alright, all done with these.
Turned off. What's that?
Do the calves. That one. It's okay, guys. It's okay. A little bit for this one. Alright, I got the other one already. So we're not going to spray Dottie today because we're going to be taking her to school tomorrow and we don't want the kids to pet her after she's had this on her back. So I'll just get her sprayed after we bring her home tomorrow. But everyone's bored. Start getting those lice and mites and everything else killed. Get their coats back to normal. Got Vaughn here helping me break the ice today. Is that kind of heavy?
Yes.
That's the old pump handle. Give it a whack. There you go. Just a little layer of ice on there. It got warm enough where it all melted away. One more whack, then we're good. Did you get all the eggs?
Yeah.
Awesome, good job. How many are there?
I have no idea.
You didn't count them?
Never.
We'll count them inside. Did they crack at all?
Only one.
Oh. That's not so bad.
Yeah.
How did it crack?
You see, I had an egg in my hand. I glove got caught on the basket, and then I dropped that egg on accident because there wasn't enough grip, and it got enough one, but that one that was in my hand wasn't cracked.
Oh, okay.
Other one was cracked.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Do you see all the nice straw we put in yesterday? The 2 bales we put in here?
Yeah.
Now it's nice and fluffy again, and there's no smell anymore. See how everyone's doing in here? They got their oyster shells. So oyster shells are just a type of calcium for them. It helps them develop their egg shells so they're not thin and brittle. So they have a good strong egg shell. So they have extra of that in their diet. And their other food's good. We're just tucking them in for the night.
5.
Uh-oh. Did it crack?
Hardly did.
Let's see. Oh, we'll put that beside.
How many did it count?
I think you were at 7 or 6. You're at 6.
7, 8, 18, 19, 20, 21. Daddy,
Is that all?
I need to tell you something.
Plus the broken one, so that's 22. Alright, we're gonna be done with the video for the day. So see you later.